We got Trae Young up top, been one of the most consistent players. I wasn't gonna say guard, but one of the most consistent players in the league. DeJounte Murray, the Krampus style. He's been doing absolutely everything. 10.3K, priced correctly. A little bit underpriced for his ceiling. Boston aren't the defensive juggernauts that we think they are early in the season because Detroit, Charlotte been keeping up with them and scoring on them just as well. Fire up Trae Young. I played Trae Young the most in his first 2 weeks. He's probably one of my most rostered players, and for good reason. Ja Morant is very sometime-ish. You're paying 9.3K for him. You're looking for 47 to 50 fantasy points. 25 and 35 isn't going to do it. 40 isn't going to do it at 9.3K. 65 was a abnormality. And now you got 4,600. That should be his floor, but it's not. 46 should be his floor, but it's not. I don't mind taking a shot on him, especially against Brooklyn. And then you got Scottie Pippen coming out being good as well. So your backup guard is playing very well. That could always take away minutes from Morant, especially if it's a little bit of a blowout. So just be very careful with Morant. Lillard followed up his awful game with a very good one. Good for him. 8,900 against Cleveland. Damian Lillard should be matchup proof, right? So Lillard doesn't play. If he fucks this up, then we'll have to address it. Curry against Washington. I got to see how healthy he is, and I still don't trust Curry to keep him out there a lot if he still have lingering issues. Ankle is questionable. I probably just stay away for now, especially and it's Golden State, so that's two things going up against him. He's injured, and it's a Steve Kerr team. Fox has been mid with the arrival of DeRozan. Not interested. Cunningham against the Lakers, probably one of the best plays on the slate because of what the Lakers let wings do against them. Brunson should be in play, but you never know which one of these Knicks are going to go off. 24, 40, 34, 39, and 50. His floor is 24. If his floor is 24, what you gonna do? His ceiling is he's Jalen Brunson. He has the high ceiling. We know that, but playing with a starting lineup of decent players, capable players, the floor is always viable. This isn't last season. Mitchell's in play against Milwaukee. Milwaukee's defense is trash. Poole is in play because he's playing with some type of heart. Van Vliet is washed. Garland is mid. Schroeder's been playing very well. Schroeder doesn't get recognition. Schroeder's a very good player. 7K, he's in play. Giddey's an okay play, but there's a lot of other guards I want to get to before him. Kobe White. Actually, they're going up against Utah. That gives you a little bit of a bump because Utah is one of the worst teams of the decade. Give me Kobe White because he's healthier. If Giddey can't go, maybe I shove White. Because Utah is exceptionally awful. Derek White's in play. Should be a back and forth. White should be able to accumulate a lot of fantasy points. Not interested in hero and Rozier, but if they're my last man in, I'm fine with it. I actually don't mind them going up against Sacramento. No Sexton for me. No Podziemski if Curry's back. Austin Reeves is in play. I take a shot on George. He's like the only one. George and Collins and Kessler are the only Utah Jazz that I'm actually interested in, but I don't think you need George on this slate. Scottie Pippen is in play. He's always in play. Ivy's in play. Dyson Daniels is in play. Malik Monk could take a shot on. I'm off for Russell for now. I'm off for Holiday. Pritchard's in play. I don't need Levert. Carrington may start. Not interested in him. Ceiling is very low. 3,900 Jerome. If there's no Levert, I'm okay with it. I'm not interested in Conchar. And let's go to shooting guard. All of the Boston starters get a bump, except for Horford. They don't need to run him into the ground right now. Plus, you got Cornette and all them other bigs. So Tatum, White, Holiday gets a bump. I'm still not really interested in Holiday, but if he's my last man in, I'll live with it. Jalen Green's in play. Cam Thomason's in play. Levine, if Levine is in and Giddy's out, he gets a bump. If Giddy and Levine are out, Kobe White is a shove. Buddy Hield, Buddy Hield's in play regardless of what the situation is. And he's proved that he's like that. 31, 46, 21, 38, 34, 44. You are repeatedly what you do. So he's coming off the bench. He's not getting a lot of minutes, but he's putting up those numbers in a little limited time. He's showing up to work. He's punching his time clock. That's all you can ask for. He's always in play. He's priced up. If Curry's out, you'd love him better. But if Curry's in, he's still in play because of what he can do, the damage he could do per minute. Mikal Bridges is just there. If he's my last man in, fine. Wiggins. Wiggins is probable. Wiggins. If he's in the starting lineup, he's fine. Koulibaly's in play. No Clarkson. George should get a little bit of a bump, but it's still Utah. Be very careful. Jalen Wells, if he starts, he can play. Gary Trent has been ass. DeSumno gets a bump if Levine and Giddy can't go. Zaire Williams, if he's your last man in, okay. Moody, if he starts and there's no Curry. Matthews for value, fine. If Levert can't go, I'd give Merrill a little bit of a bump. All right. Tatum gets a bump with no Brown. Braun. The team is playing through AD. They're playing through AD. They're trying to get Russell going in the pick and roll with AD. They're playing Reeves with LeBron on the other side. LeBron is letting them get going. He's only picking his spots. We don't need LeBron. I'm sorry. Every year I do this and I jump off of LeBron, he goes crazy. I'm jumping the fuck off for now. I'm gonna find $1,000 and get to Tatum because Tatum has something to prove. LeBron has nothing to prove. Tatum has something to prove. I'd rather play Tatum, especially against Atlanta. I'm marking these stats for a trade. I don't know what's going on over there. DeRozan didn't play. Butler didn't play. He wanted to be fake aggressive. Well, show up. Show up to work. You can't give us 54 fantasy points, then go down to 46. This motherfucker's not in play. He always does this. His floor is 19. His ceiling is 54.60. Then what did he do after that? He goes down 46, 28, 32. I don't care about the circumstances. I don't care about nothing because Jimmy Butler doesn't shoot a lot anyway. You know what I'm saying? So he's not your prototypical spend up. He's the guy that he's the guy that you know just gives you barely enough during the regular season. Then he turns up in the playoffs. That's why I don't play him during the regular season. He's 7,600 for a reason. If he was my last man in, I wouldn't mind, but I'd rather get to DeRozan. I'd rather get to Tatum. I'd rather get to Cam Thomas. I'd rather get to Levine. I'd rather get to guys that are going to come in and, put foots in asses. He's out here just getting by. No bueno. All right, who else is here? Kuminga, he's another one. I don't even want to talk about Kuminga right now because, people don't even understand what's happening to Kuminga. But when he's on a new team, we'll look back and talk about it. Hart's in play. Cam Johnson's in play. No OG for me. If he was my last minute, fine. I'd rather play Hachimura. DeAndre Hunter, that's big news. If he's out, you get to go back to your Roddy, your Reshashare, your Jalen Johnson gets another bump. If Hunter's in, he cramps everybody's style. We want Hunter to be out. You see what they did on Saturday with LaRavia? Put him in the starting lineup, and then 9 minutes after lock, oh, my bad, Aldama starting. This is the shit I talk about. I'm not even going to open that can of worms right now. Boy. If everybody's healthy in Memphis, you don't really need LaRavia. If Wells starts, he's in play. If neither of them start, they're okay plays. They're priced as if they were starting. That's how they're priced. Kispert don't really need. Easton's in play if he's your last man in. Richard Shear just spoke about him. If Hunter's out, you could take that shot. But him and Roddy will always probably fluctuate in fantasy points. So if one has it going, the other's probably not going to. Remember, you still got Young, another guard. You got Jalen Johnson. You got Capella or Okongwu, and then you'll have Richard Shear or Roddy. So it's probably going to be either or of them going off. So you got just pick one and pray to the heavens. Or play the starter. It doesn't even matter because one could start shit to bed and the other one could come in and play well. No Dylan Brooks for me. No, thank you. Let's see. Trying to find somebody else. Don't see anything. Before we go to power forward, if you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, hit the bell, thumbs up a video. If you're struggling to cash, you need some help, no problem. Check out the Patreon link in the description. Check out the channel memberships right here on YouTube. Super chats are open. If you don't have time to do your own research, you don't have time to wait for starting lineups, that's what I'm here for. I build the lineups. You just put your dummy lineup in your contest that you want to reserve 30 minutes before lock, something like that, depending on news. I'll send out the lineups. You plug in, you play, you go back to your day, you wake up to cash, rinse and repeat. Let's go to power forward. I think we had some pretty big takedowns last night, but I didn't get to post it because I was really not feeling well. But as soon as I finish with all this, whatever damage we did, I'll post it in the Patreon. Let's see what we got here. Big Giannis. I think we want to play Giannis now while he's angry. Before something happens. Because something's going to happen in Milwaukee. He's questionable. We know he's going to play. Giannis is in play because he's fucking angry. He's got a fire lit under his ass. Fire up, Giannis. Look, it's a tough matchup, but Giannis is, they call Giannis one of the best power forwards of all time. So a little Jared Allen and Mobley shouldn't mean nothing, right? Right. Jalen Johnson is absolutely in play. He's in play. If Hunter is out, Johnson might be a shove for me. Jackson has been mid on his restrictions, his minute restrictions. Collins has been showing up to work. Mobley's in play. He's cooled down a little bit. Keegan Murray's in play. Aldama's in play. You want Aldama to start, to be honest with you. Draymond Green is washed. Tobias Harris is a thief. Jabari Smith Jr. is inconsistent. Bobby Portis, I don't know, because I think Giannis is going to play a lot of minutes. Bobby Portis is in play, but I don't think you need him at 5,800. If Okongwu can't go, then Larry Nance gets a little bit of a bump. Spoke about Hachimura. I'm out on Filipowski. Horford, I don't need. Jovic, no thank you. Nance played 25 minutes without Okongwu. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for minutes. You don't really got to go crazy with how many shots Larry Nance gets, because you know he gets rebounds and he does other things, peripherals. So Larry Nance is fine at 3,900 as a value piece or a last man in. Let's see. Brandon Clark, no thank you. Lindy Waters, I don't need if Curry's available. And I think that's about it for now. And at center, AD. Find a way to play him. All he's going to do is put Durant in the blender, and then it's over. Sabonis is in play. Sengun is fine. I'd rather find the $700 and get to Sabonis. Cat is okay. Vooch is in play. I'd rather play Vooch at $100 less against Utah. Bam. I don't know what's going on with Bam, to be honest. 16 fantasy points, 35, 43, 22, then 59. Not my man. That's not going to fly with me. Fix yourself and then holler at me. Jared Allen's in play. Kessler's in play. Claxton's still restricted as far as I know. When he starts and he's not restricted, then he'll be in play. But he is putting up decent fantasy points per minute. Durant, they got Durant priced down for this matchup. That's crazy. That's crazy because he just put up 47 fantasy points. But he's been a little bit inconsistent. He's been a lot inconsistent. 32, 34, 8, 17, and 47. And like I said, AD should put him in the blender and have him fouled out before halftime. So I'm not playing Durant. Brook Lopez if you're desperate. Capella if you're desperate gets a little bit of a bump with no Okongwu, but not nothing too crazy. Valanciunas is cooked. Jackson Davis can never get minutes. Why are you starting him? Yo, why? Yo, I'm not even gonna open that shit up right now. Whatever. Edie is Edie. Huff is in play. Good fantasy point per minute player. No Stewart for me. He's probably gonna foul out too. I would like to say Looney, but he's on Steve Kerr's team. You know what that means. You could get 2 minutes or he could get 45 minutes. You never know. I'm not playing nobody else down here. These guys aren't going to give you the fantasy points you need to win. Listen, you need 435 points on FanDuel. You need 395 points on DraftKings. DFS has evolved. You see what I'm saying? So you got to change your mindset the way you've been playing. Because if you play the way you always played, you're not going to cash. It's a lot of stars and scrubsy, and that's the only way you're going to get these crazy numbers. Your star got to go off and your scrub got to go off. You got to pay a little bit more attention to detail, and you got to really pay attention to this shit if you're trying to win. You see the scores, so I'm not making this shit up. You see what I'm saying? So as the game changes and evolves, you got to change and evolve with it and figure it out. You see what I'm saying? It's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Go find me some cereal or something. I appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. Check out the Patreon link in the description. Check out the channel memberships right here on YouTube. If you want me to send you my finalized optimal lineups right before tip-off. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.